all the success you desire is on the other side of authenticity. And by that I mean, as soon as you can figure out who you are, what you care about, what your values are, what you're passionate about, and you learn to make money from that, you learn to be successful from that, and you put all of the puzzle pieces together, that is when you can see true success in your life. And I'm not saying that the only way that you can make money is to like do what you're passionate about. I feel like that is, maybe if you're purpose driven, that is probably what you aspire to do, but you can make money doing anything. Making money isn't really difficult. Especially in 2025, there are millions of ways to make money. And there are also so many people who are unhappy because they focus just on making money and they're lacking and unfulfilled in other areas of their life. So what I'm saying is, as soon as you can figure out how all of those puzzle pieces of your life fit together and how you can basically make money from your passions and make money from your true talents, that is when you can really see the success that you desire, and all of those aspects of yourself are balanced. You can finally see that success. Everything that you yearn for will all balance itself out. And for a little introduction, I'm Julia. My name is on my mug. This is Tea Time with Julia. I like to come on here in the morning and read for you my journaling from the night before. So yesterday was the 12th, and I just reflected on what I sort of did with my day. I think this keeps slipping, but it is what it is. You know, we're doing it. We're kind of on a time crunch today. I have to go back to the dentist and get something like prepped for a crown in a couple weeks. So I got a little bit over like 10-15 minutes. So let me get my tea. I hope you've got something for sitting down for your little self-care talk. We're going to talk about doing what it is that you really love, and making money from that. So this is going to drive me insane, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to have to like watch it, because as soon as I look down and I look back at the screen, it's already like fallen and I'm up here. But when I was just like going through my day yesterday, I came across I was just watching YouTube, which is what I do a lot of the time. And one of the videos I came across, it was called Making Money is Not Hard. It was by Erin On Demand. And the part that resonated with me was when she stressed how important it is to spend your energy wisely on money making ways that make sense to you. And she was talking about how this friend that she had was making like tens of thousands of dollars on YouTube doing like affiliate marketing. And she was like, wow, like her friend was like, yeah, you could like imagine with your following what you could be doing, because I was making like 10, 15, like saying that Erin could be making like multiple times that with her following. And then Erin tried it and just found out it wasn't for her. And I immediately resonated with that, because there have been so many times, like I'm a jewelry artist, and there have been so many times that people have told me that I should do X, Y, and Z, that would be best for my money, best for my time. And I would try those things and it just wouldn't resonate with me. It didn't align with me. I didn't feel fulfilled doing it or energized. I felt actually really, really drained doing it. And a lot of the times, like we come at the aspect of when we're giving advice because we want the best for that person. But there have also been times where I have expressed what I want to people, what my goals are, and they've completely like ignored that and then tried to tell me what my goals should be, and what I should be doing. So there's an aspect where it was just they wanted me to do what they wanted me to do, disregarding what I wanted to do. So that's whatever. We don't really pay attention to that. But for the purpose of this video, it made me realize that I should be doing, and we should all be doing, what we feel called to do with our energy, and the way that feels the most fulfilled and joyful and satisfying for us. So I think I just lost my train of thought, but let me see what I wrote here in my journal. no, oh yeah, because part of the video was called Making Money is Not Hard. No, it's not hard to make money, especially in 2025. Like I said, there are millions of ways to make money. People make courses, digital products, all kinds of things like that. People come on YouTube and yap, and people will listen to the yapping. And like if you're going on a trip, reviewing things, there's always something to do. There's always some way to make money. But there can be more resistance to it. This is what I wrote down. When you're doing it in ways that aren't authentic to you. So when you're being inauthentic, you're not being honest with yourself about, like I said at the beginning of the video, your values, your dreams, your passions, and where you feel the most satisfied and energized. If you are not being authentic with yourself in those aspects, making money and making decisions can feel really, there can be resistance to it. You can feel like not interested. There's a D word that I'm thinking of that I just cannot think of right now. It's similar to resistant. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments, but I can't think of it right now. And yeah, when I started being honest about what I valued and the people I wanted to be around, the people, like when I went to markets, the people I wanted to sell to, and when people were recommending markets to me, after I sort of did them, and when I was there, I was like, these are not my people. Like people giving me like weird looks, people giving me dirty looks when they were walking by, like people being rude about my products, complaining about my products. Like you don't have to, I am selling to you right now, but I am not holding you down, making you, like taking your card out, making you buy this, because you have the free will to walk away, and like I'm not forcing you to do anything. So there were people who would come up to me who felt like they were being forced, who would, like I said, complain about my products to me. But the people that I market to and the people that I want to sell to, the people that I want to have my products, are understanding and know that they have that free will, that they don't, if you don't have anything nice to say, you can just keep going. We learned that in first, second grade. You don't have to say anything at all. You don't have to, because at that point when you're saying something negative to somebody and you know it's going to hurt them, you're just doing it to hurt them. And you know that you don't have to say it. Like if you consciously know you don't have to say that, but you're going to keep going on and saying it anyway, you're just being mean at the end of the day. So there were a lot of people like that I experienced, and I had to really sit with myself and figure out what it is that I wanted my what do I want to say? Like my customer profile, basically. Who I wanted to sell to, what areas I wanted to be around, what people I wanted to be around, like exactly like the stores that I wanted my products to be in. So I had to get very, very honest with myself in that aspect. And I found that also knowing who I wanted to be around, if I even wanted to be around like the people, like I said, when I was at markets and they were being rude, did I even want to be around those people? I didn't. And I'm also not going to compromise my energy, my mood, my attitude, and the way I am treated just to sell some earrings, just to sell some necklaces, because it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not worth my sanity. It's not worth your sanity to be in a situation where you are uncomfortable, where you are unhappy, and you leave that situation feeling drained instead of energized. So as soon as you can get honest with yourself, because healing is all about honesty. I talked about this in my last video. I'm going to talk about it forever, because it is really just about being honest with yourself and doing that deep work about the things that you care about and the things that you're passionate about, the things that you value, and what is meaningful to you in your life. So as soon as I did that, everything else started to make sense. And let's see what else I have here. Ooh, I've been yapping for a little while. I got some. Maybe five or so minutes left. So, and I have 2 more pages of notes. Okay. Yeah, what did I say? I've made so many decisions truly out of desperation to succeed, instead of figuring out if that really aligned with me and my values. So desperation. Let's sit with that for a second, because I feel like we can be so desperate, especially in the world we live in, like when you got bills coming up and you have things that are due and you have to come up with that. Like if you're like living month to month, it can be really, really difficult. So I completely understand it from that aspect. But yeah, from my experience, I noticed that the times when I was doing things out of desperation to succeed or to make money or to please people, it just felt really, really inauthentic to me. And when I got authentic with myself, those opportunities started to come in that were aligned with me, and they started to make more sense because I knew what I wanted. And I also didn't really want customers who were always looking for a sale or who didn't value my work, because I don't want somebody to wear a piece of my jewelry. This is, again, just speaking from me. I don't want them to wear a piece of jewelry that they know when they lose it, it's whatever. I want someone to cherish the pieces that I make, because I make them all myself and I take the time to make it. So I really want that to be cherished. So that was another thing I had to be honest with myself about. And I've really learned this past year to be confident in my decision making. I felt such a calling to be on YouTube for so long. And it was really, really strong last year, like within this past 6 months, like since the summer of 2024. Ouch. I've just always wanted to share my story and my experiences, and I've always, it's been something that I've always talked to myself about. So I've just always wanted to share my experiences and what I know, again, with like yesterday's video about negative thoughts, negative energies, because I deal with a lot of those, and I know that there are definitely people out there who deal with them too. So that was something that I wanted to offer, my experiences and my advice for getting through that and for getting through life. But even with YouTube and even talking about my family now, it's just something that nobody thinks is a standard, not verifiable, but normalized form of making money. It's just a lot of people that I am around with my day-to-day don't really understand what I do or the decisions that I make. So in the past year, it's been frustrating, but it's been something that I've had to learn to understand. Again, when you are really confident in your decision making and your values and what matters to you, it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, because you know yourself so well that nobody can tell you anything about yourself that you don't already know, that you don't already stand for. And again, this is something like being on YouTube talking, even if nobody watches it, that's fine. It's just really still healing to me to talk and to put myself out there, because I remember there was a teacher, one of my English teachers in YouTube would always ask me, wait, what did I just say? One of my English teachers when I was in high school, did I say YouTube? I don't know, I'm so tired. But one of my English teachers in high school, she would ask me to read in the class when we were going around and reading passages and excerpts and stuff like that from the books that we were reading during class. And she would always ask me. She would try to ask other students, but would always gravitate towards me. And she would say that she loved my speaking voice and stuff like that. So it was something that I loved talking, but it was so exhausting because I didn't talk a lot, and I wasn't always prepared to talk, because I've always had a fear of being seen and for people looking at me. And that just comes from a lot of trauma. So YouTube has helped me work through that. So it could even be something as doing something because you feel energized and you feel happy because it is fulfilling to you. Again, if it is something that you feel called to do and that is your purpose, the money will come in no matter what, because you are being authentic with yourself. That financial success will come to you in the best timing for you, in the best way for you, because it is how you are being just authentic and honest with yourself, and you're aligning with the universe, you're aligning with your intuition about what feels right to you. That all of that success, all of that, the mental success, the emotional, the spiritual, the financial, physical success, you're going to be in a place where you feel supported because you are being truly authentic to yourself, and you are going to be welcomed into those rooms, into those opportunities with those people that are aligned with you and that truly care about and support you. Because you are being authentically yourself. When you're not being authentically yourself, it is hard well, you're just probably just going to meet people who are inauthentic as well. And you're all just going to be confused. Like the Spider-Man look, like when they're all pointing their fingers at each other, because it's just not going to make any sense. And it's just going to be a whole lot of authenticity in one space. So yeah, but when you're authentic with yourself, you're going to meet your decision making and your opportunities and people and everything that I was just saying with a lot less resistance, because you're doing what you truly love. The money will always find you. You will always be taken care of when you're living in your purpose and you're living in your most fulfilled existence. Just reading what I said here. Because you're not on this earth and in this life to do what Nancy down the street is doing. This is what I said. Because what Nancy is doing down the street is for Nancy, and that also might not even be for Nancy, because Nancy might be trying to copy Taylor. So you never know what another person is trying to do. That is why the copy will never match up to the original. The original is the original is the authentic, original first version. And you are never going to get a piece like that. That is why everybody is unique and original and authentic in their own ways. Like I am different from my brothers. I'm different from my mom. I'm different from my dad. Even though we are all so connected and so like literally related, blood related, we are still so different. Like even twins can be absolutely completely different people, different personalities, and have also different purposes. So when you are authentic with yourself about your purpose, what you are drawn to, what you care about, you could care about giving back. You could really want to make a bike shop, a bike repair shop in your town. Whatever you are drawn to, make sure it is authentically you, and then it makes sense to you. Because when you are doing that, everything is going to align the way it's supposed to, in the time it's supposed to, how it's supposed to. You don't have to worry about the details, but just know that everything is going to work out for you when you are being authentically yourself. And that authenticity, those decisions, you're always going to feel like a little bit of a nudging, a little bit of a feeling, like if you are not doing that thing, to do that thing. So the universe is going to keep telling you like, hey, pushing you towards that thing, to keep putting that idea in your head to do whatever thing it is that you really want to do. Again, let's go back to the bike shop. So if you keep holding off on opening that bike shop and you keep thinking, well, I need to do X, Y, and Z first, and you keep like holding yourself back from doing that, and you keep doubting your abilities, you're still going to have that idea, and that universe is going to keep putting that idea in your head, and they might make it more and more clear with different signs throughout your day. You might see like a literal bike shop sign, or like this rental space sign, and it's going to be like at a discount, whatever it is. It's all going to align for you from the universe how it's supposed to, because that is what your purpose is. That is what you're most passionate about and where you feel most fulfilled. And it could also be multiple things. So you don't have to just, stick to one thing. Whatever it is that you are really, really in love with. And sometimes we can have that resistance, that fear to it, but that fear can just come from us not wanting to mess it up. But you can also not mess up something that is meant for you. It could, again, that message could keep coming back to do that thing, that nudge. You could keep getting it for years and years. Again, like I said, I've been wanting to be on YouTube and to share my experiences for so long, and I kept getting that nudge until I did it. And then when I was doing it, even before I was like obviously, like at this point on this day, I'm not monetized, but even when I was like starting to make my YouTube videos, like the first few, like I was just getting money coming in from random places. So when I was authentic with myself and doing what I felt called to do, the money will always find you. It will always make sense. You will never be like lacking, because you are still, like I said, successful. To wrap this whole video up, you are still successful in all other areas of your life. When you are walking in your purpose and doing the things that are most fulfilling to you, that will fulfill you energetically. It'll fulfill you mentally, emotionally. Like when I come off of here, when I'm done recording, I feel so energized for the rest of my day. Even though I'm like physically exhausted right now, and I think I was like grinding my teeth last night, so I didn't sleep very well. I'm still tired, but I feel energized to go do other things in my day, because this was so successful to me. Again, even if nobody watches, this is like so healing for me. So when you are authentic with yourself and you are knowledgeable about who you are, you just run to that thing. You run to it. You don't keep yourself back, but also at the same time, things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. So When you feel it's the right time for you, when you just go and do it. I would just say go and do it. It's not going to be perfect the first time you do it. It also might be perfect. I don't know you. I don't know what your skill set is. But just go ahead and do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing. It could be perfect and it could go viral on the first thing, but that is totally however your timeline is set up to be. So whatever it is, do it in your own original way that feels right for you. If that's your calling, there's no other option than to succeed. Your only option is to succeed when you are doing the right thing for yourself. That is it. When it feels comfortable for you, you are only going to succeed. You can't go and succeed on somebody else's dreams because that is their dream. That is going to be in their own way. So as long as you are doing what is authentically meant for you and what feels right for you, it's inevitable for you to succeed. There's no way you cannot succeed, and that all of that success, all of that satiation, and all of that fulfillment and financial success is always going to find its way to you. And that is everything that I had written. And it is 11:22 right now. 11:23. I have an appointment at 11:30. So that was it for now. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. Definitely like and subscribe again if you want to see more of this content. I hope you had some of your tea with me. I'm almost done with mine. I'll probably finish it later on. After my dentist appointment, I think I'll be in there for an hour prepping for a crown. But I hope you have a great day. Great rest of your day whenever you're seeing this. Excuse me. And I will see you on the next Tea Time with Juju. Bye for now, guys.